Hi everyone, welcome to School of Scarlet. Today I have another message for you. So as I was coming out here today, there's all kinds of wildlife. I saw a ton of squirrels, so if that's significant to y'all, that's what I saw. I saw lots of squirrels on the treetops actually just playing and playing everywhere. And my dog Blue is out here in the back with me, so that's what's going on here outside. But today's message is coming through really, really strong. It's early right now. It's actually morning. I haven't even got my day started, but this message wants to be shared. So what's been coming through has been coming through for weeks now. And then I had a dream and a vision about this a while back, but I couldn't really piece it together completely like I have now. So it's all around pearls. I had posted some quotes and things about pearls in my community tab. And then a while back, I had shared with you a dream that I had. Now, the dream or vision that I had was this was after I had a flooding and a hurricane event at my house. I had pretty much lost what I thought was my house at that time. And so I had this prophetic dream that there was really nothing left in that home, that I had really transformed into a mermaid. And so I left that home, and behind my house, there's actually a river. So what happened when the dream is I went into the river and I went deep, deep, deep out into the water, like really deep into this river. It was a very deep river. And at the bottom of the river was this whole clutch of pearls. And I took the clutch of pearls and I swam among the river, leaving pearls here and there where I wanted to leave them. So I had that dream a while back. And so what came through today was around the pearls again. And it came through in different ways. So there's a lot to kind of process here. So stick with me. If this is resonating with you at any point, give me a thumbs up, a heart, comment down below how it's resonating with you. So the first thing that I saw was that the pearl essentially begins as like a little bit of dirt, kind of like this nuisance in the oyster. And so it develops from that and eventually becomes a pearl. And so what I'm seeing here is that who you are, your being here on this earth, hasn't been appreciated. It's been seen as like dirt. It's been seen as a nuisance. And you may have noticed this even from childhood. You may have always been that outcast, that black sheep. Your family may have wanted to change you, conform you a certain way that you were not. You may have entered school and you may have been bullied. You may have been the outcast, a child that doesn't get included. You may have spoke up with really interesting and beautiful things, but even your teachers would shut that down. And so you had those pearls and you were casting them amongst people, but these people did not appreciate it. They saw you as dirt. And that's not a good thing. It's not that you were dirt. It's not saying that you were dirt. What you actually are is that pearl. And you've always been that pearl. So people have actually said something is wrong with you. And they have been acting this way throughout your life. This could be partners. This could be friends, co-workers. The people around you did not connect with you and almost judged you, and maybe even flat out judged you, maybe even flat out wanted you to conform and told you you need to be this way for us to accept you, or we need you to do this in order for us to be around you. And what's coming through is that there was never, ever, ever anything wrong with you. There was never anything wrong with you. And you're now having the clarity and the eyes to see that it wasn't you. There was something wrong with them. And it continues to be wrong with them because they are the ones that are judging. They are the ones that see that there is issues in others rather than reflecting and looking upon themselves. So there has never, ever been anything wrong with you. You have been in a world where it's kind of been a flip-flop. And it continues to be that way. It continues to be that way that we see that those that are actually being helpful, bringing light onto this world, are the ones that get more severely judged and shamed. Yet everybody else is out here acting a fool, really, and no one judges them. And it's always been that way for you, but it's been that way for you for a reason. So all this time you've been casting your pearls among swine, is what I see. You've been, sharing your wisdom at work, with your people around you, even loved ones, and they have not seen the value in that. They have literally laughed in your face. They have literally tried to conform you to something that they have in their mind. They haven't seen you for who you truly are. And so you've been just casting these pearls everywhere. And it's now time to have them all returned. And it's not that you have to go out there and get them back. What I'm seeing is that they're all being returned to you. And these pearls, they're really a significance of abundance for you right now. You're coming into your abundance. You're coming into abundance in all sorts of ways. And I don't want you to think that this is just a spiritual sense or, something within relationships or something like that. No, no, you are being restored like tenfold, hundredfold in so many ways. In the physical, everything around you is upgrading. Your whole body is upgrading. You're becoming healthier, younger, more vibrant. Everything about you is clearing up. Let's say you had addictions, they're falling away. Let's say that you had issues with people, those people are leaving, they're falling away. Your home is being upgraded to exactly what you want. Your car is being upgraded. Your businesses are being upgraded. What took years for people to accomplish takes you like a month. Everything is moving quickly for you. And that's because all those pearls that you cast amongst swine, they're all coming back to you now. And so receive the abundance is what I'm hearing. Receive it. Allow it to be here. Do not feel guilty of all of the things that are coming your way, all of the treasures that are happening for you. Things that you would have never imagined. I'm seeing all kinds of things happening, around me and around those that have done this and have had this path. You wanting to elevate your business, work with celebrities, everything. They're attracted to you. They're coming to you now. No one is shunning you at this point. People are now coming to you. And so all those pearls that you cast amongst the swine, they weren't just thrown away. They're still there, but now they're coming back to you in a magnitude that you would not believe. So the power that is happening, the energies that are happening to propel you right now are something to align with. And all you have to do is walk out in faith, just like you have been, one step in front of the other. You don't even have to know how this works. You don't even have to explain this to others. Others will look at your life and say, how did she do it? How did this person do it? How is it that every moment this person gets upgraded and upgraded and upgraded? How is it that this person's life is so easy? How is it that this person's life has transformed in this way? Well, they never had seen you. You've always been that person. You've always been that person, but they never saw it. They never saw it. And so they were the ones that were the swine. You cast your pearls amongst these people. It's time for those illusions to go away. What you'll begin to see is that you're really not fighting a battle here. These are illusions and things that come up for us to face, to really point us back to who we are and to really recognize the truth of what's happening and align to our truth and our authenticity. We tried to conform. We tried to be like they said. We tried to live that life. We did it all. We did it all perfectly, but it was never enough. And it was never enough for them, but most importantly, it was never enough for you. You felt it within you that this was not your path. You were made for more. You were made for greatness, and you were not made to follow and conform to these people that were judging you. These were actually just appearances appearing to you to really test you to see, were you going to conform and just live this life that is not meant for you? Or are you going to break through and now live authentically to who you are? Now, it's not about the riches I'm hearing. Yes, you will be added so many riches, and you are experiencing that now. But even if all that was taken away from you, even if all of that was gone in one moment, you would never, ever, ever lose what is in within you. You've now connected with that, and you will never lose it. So you are rich beyond measure despite anything. Yes, you are coming into riches. Yes, all of these things are coming, but that's not everything. You have now realized the truth of what is happening here, and you can move amongst this world without fear, because no matter what happens, we're ever changing. We're always changing and always evolving. So you may come into all your pearls in the physical ways, but maybe that may shift at some point, and that is okay, because you know that what's within you is always leading you to exactly what needs to happen next. You've now aligned to that. You've now connected with that. You're one with that. And so you're one with everything. You're only seeing love now. Even if these um, pigs or dogs or whatever you want to call them appear in your reality, you see them for what they are. They aren't a threat to you. They mean nothing to you. You are on your path, taking one step forward in faith, and you will be granted all of the wishes, all of your desires in your heart. When I was a child, I absolutely loved playing with Barbies. I loved Barbie Dream House, collecting all the little toys that went with the little pets. Um, Barbie had a horse, Barbie had her house, Barbie had, cars, her Ken, her kids, all of that stuff. I loved playing that, imagining with that. I would play hours with that. My whole closet was literally just like a dollhouse in there, and I would play and imagine and do all of these things. Well, that hasn't ended, and all of that play is now being manifested into your reality. All of those things that you so loved are now part of your reality because you deserve them. You deserve them. You have stayed in your heart. You have been kind. You have been humble, even when everybody has treated you like dirt. Even when everybody has kicked you, told you you were wrong, you were doing it wrong, that you were wrong, that this about you needed to be changed, that you needed to do this and that. What these people didn't realize was who you truly were. And so you are now coming into who you are, and you're walking strong, and you are now that pearl. And you're not just a pearl, you're more than that. But that's what's coming through as a metaphor. You may have been looked at as dirt. You may have even thought you were dirt, but you were never, ever dirt. You were that pearl. You were that diamond in the rough. You have gone through a lot, I'm also seeing, and it doesn't stop. I want to also share a different portion of this that's coming through. That even though we have come into basically our alignment now, our greatness, and we are walking in faith on our next step, that doesn't mean that we will be without struggles, that we have just made it into the Barbie dream life. Yes, it appears the Barbie dream life is here, but in everything that we go into, there will be differences, there will be polarities, or some people like to call it negative and positive, but essentially it's all neutral. And when you are in this space, you experience it all. You experience the fullness of life. So what I'm seeing coming through is like when you have a baby. Prior to having the baby, when you're trying to get pregnant, or you have the idea or the wishes of becoming a mother or father, you have all of these grand, ideas, and you imagine what it's like to be a mother, to hold your baby, and baby's just beautiful, and you're going to have all these fun times dressing the baby up, doing all these activities, just all the love, all the beauty. And that's prior to having your baby. Now you have your baby, and your baby does. It's amazing. You feel this love that you've never felt before. You're totally aligned with this love more than you have with anything else on this earth. But at the same time, you experience sleepless nights. You experience maybe even anxieties. Your child gets sick, the unknown. And each stage in that child's development, in as a mother, you experience it differently. So the baby stages, you may have lost a lot of sleep. You may have been anxious about every little thing that happened because you love that child, because you're trying to protect that child. But that comes with that stage. And then your child grows into being a toddler. Now they're getting into everything. And now you need to set boundaries. And it's kind of become more of a different kind of dynamic there. And then your child grows even bigger. And now they're in school. And now you have this other type of a relationship with them. And eventually they become teenagers. And those struggles of, them becoming their own person, and all of these things happen. And each stage has its own struggles, its own polarity to it. But through it all, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it beautiful? Um, the love of having a child, even though it is not what you really thought prior to having the actual child, all of those fantastical dreams without these struggles before having the child, it's not the real truth. In every stage, we experience polarity. So don't get this wrong. Just because you have come into your greatness does not mean that you're without struggle. The struggle, the differences, the polarities are wonderful. They are expanding you into more, to more understanding. By the time your child becomes an adult, by the time your child becomes a teenager, you have so much more love and understanding for that child. You have so much, you have grown with that child. You have really gotten to know that child in a way that's very intimate, that maybe you didn't know way back when your child was baby. Yes, you had that unconditional love, but the growth of parenting the child, of going through all of those stages, that the growth that has happened within you and the growth that has happened within that child cannot be even explained. And that is what's coming through. So in every stage, as you begin to move through the next step in faith that you take, yes, things will arise and you'll think, oh, am I still in alignment? Do not question yourself. You are always in alignment so long as you are taking the next step in faith aligned with your heart. You're always in the right place at the right time. And even when you were being judged and you were being treated like dirt and grime and all of that stuff, you were in the right place. You had to experience some of that darkness, some of that polarity in order to experience the grace and the unbelievable abundance that we are now experiencing. So, everything in your life is becoming, it's like you won the lottery. It's like you won the lottery, is what's coming through. It's like this is jackpot for you now. So, you've won the jackpot. Enjoy it. Allow yourself this joy. Be with your family. Be with those things that have come into your life. Because when we have these times that are kind of struggle, or difficult for us, we realize what really matters here. And that is family. That is those things that are with us that we have really, really come to love, that we have been walking with this whole time. So be grateful is what's coming through for what you have now. You have won the lottery. This is your jackpot. It's here and now. You're not free of struggles forever because you are still growing and growing and growing. This is infinity. There is no end to this, and there is no finish line. You're always exactly where you need to be. So be grateful for this present moment. It is absolutely beautiful, and I am so happy that each and every one of you is here listening to this message. Because if you've ever felt like dirt, if you've ever felt like that black sheep, if people have judged you, made you conform to things that you knew were not for you, you are in the right place. And I hope that you will come back for the next message, because we have a great mission here, and I absolutely love sharing these messages with you. So thank you so much for watching, and I love you all.